My name's Deep and I'm a self-employed business owner and I work from home, writer and an addiction recovery specialist and healer. And I had no idea where to start. I barely moved at all, really. I wouldn't get out of the house at all. I definitely wasn't looking after myself. I wasn't eating a healthy diet. I wasn't drinking water. I just felt, I remember those first few sessions with Ashley, and I just remember looking at my Zoom camera and thinking, it was like a stark awakening, like, oh my gosh, Dee, you just really let yourself go, like what's happened. I think the water, actually, the very first time, one of the very first habits Ashley introduced me to was drinking more water. And I had never been the person to drink water, and I probably drank caffeine for most of the day and neglected water completely. And the first day that I drank that water, I think it was 2 to 3 litres, I suddenly went from doing nothing and being unable to even get dressed in the morning to literally having so much energy that I was climbing the walls, wanting to get outside every day. And I just had to go for a walk because I had so much energy. And that was a huge shift for me. And you can see, I carry this water with me now every single day since I met Ashley over a year and probably a year and a half ago now. And I drink it constantly because I realized it was like gold fairy dust I had in my tap every day that was way better than caffeine. The biggest one has been on my self-worth and my motivation. I had really low self-worth when I met Ashley, and I kind of almost lost the will to live. I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. I didn't feel like I was valuable. I was always convincing myself otherwise. I had really low confidence about everything. As soon as I started working with Ashley and then started working on managing my weight, my confidence, my inner confidence and my outer confidence, like everything started to shift. And I went from being in bed all day to suddenly every day I was starting to move again. I was getting inspired. I was getting more ideas. I started to connect with the right people. I was no longer stuck in that state that I was in. And I actually experienced a lot more joy. So it was a huge shift. Even when it's hard, even when it feels like you want to resist him, because I think one of the best things he said to me was, when things are uncomfortable is when you're starting to grow, is when you're starting to change. And that's really important, and a really important shift to make, to not see the discomfort of, weight loss, trying these new things, trying these new healthy eating, these habits or whatever it is. It's when you feel that discomfort, it's actually something to celebrate and not something to fear or shy away from, because we all have those fears. But now I see that as a real lesson in growth. So if I feel uncomfortable, someone asks me to do something, that's in my wider benefit, I actually start to think, woohoo, like this is actually a good thing. I'm going to celebrate the fact that I'm feeling discomfort right now. 100% recommend Ashley. And even though at the start I was really uncomfortable, and my mum had worked with Ashley and I could see her results immediately, and I was just really resistant to ask for help. So when my mum referred me to Ashley, I was already on board because I'd seen how much she'd done, how much further she'd progressed in just a couple of sessions with him. And I'll say that, I've done a lot of fitness programs. I've had personal trainers twice a week. Whilst they were amazing, I think there's just some real value in actually learning as well at the same time, just being educated in what's right for you, and so that you have long-term fitness goals and understanding about your health and your body and your mindset. Because since knowing Ashley, I never have to worry anymore, because whenever I feel like I'm going off on a tangent, I just come back to the principles that he taught me. And I think that's like a life tool, a life lesson for me that I'll carry with me always. So it's not just a quick fix. It's actually something that will stay with you forever.